Aloha kako and welcome to Lantern Floating Hawaii 2017. I'm Dan Cook, and with me, Mahealani Richardson.
Aloha. And mahalo for joining us from Ala Moana Beach on Hawaii on Memorial Day. Today, as America pays tribute to the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country, we remember those whose lives were lost, those who suffered, and those whose lives were forever changed by all wars. We also offer prayers to the city of Manchester in the United Kingdom and all those whose lives have been lost or affected so suddenly by events around the world. Let us honor them by aiming to create a world free of all forms of conflict.
Lantern Floating Hawaii was born out of a spirit to remember and honor those who loved and gave so selflessly, and to strive for harmony and peace in the world. Since the very first Lantern Floating Hawaii ceremony back in 1999, this gathering has given us a vessel into which we are able to pour our love through the joy that we feel as we release our lanterns.
40 years ago, 2 Hawaiian men lost their lives while fighting for what they believed in. When Kimo Mitchell and George Helm were lost at sea, their sacrifice inspired a young Jonathan Osorio to compose a tribute.
Raiatea Helm never met her father's brother, George Helm, who went missing 8 years before her birth. Tonight, she joins John Osorio to honor the memory of Kimo Mitchell and George Helm with the song Hawaiian Soul.
This song represents my love and my passion for my uncle. And the older I got, the more passionate I became about him and his life. What he did was very powerful. He brought a lot of folks together. He was a great leader. I feel that honoring him and continuing to share with generations and generations that he did sacrifice for his people.
There are many people who are remembered in very similar ways. Larger than life people, people who taught them things about their history or their culture, grandparents and uncles and aunts and cousins that passed, but not before making an imprint on these people's lives. And that imprint is as important to them as the imprint that George Helm and Kimo Mitchell has left with me. Aloha.
Mahalo, John and Raiatea. And thank you to Anna Kallner for your soulful cello. To open our proceedings, Mami Kapi'i Na Kala Ogiwara will collaborate with Shinnyo Taiko to welcome the main lanterns onto our stage. Both Hawaiian chant and taiko have been shared over time to evoke a connection with ancient spirit, knowledge, and sense of place. Just as the unique qualities of these two traditions come together in supportive collaboration, so too can the warmth and compassion of lantern floating bring all of us closer together, no matter what our beliefs are or where we are from.
Kavana oke ui kalani heveke veke ika popili pukae he elele o ka poni poni hikina ka ue ka he avanau I kala a papa la ia nei luna o ke kukulu o kalanilai o ka uia e hulia lo nei ta ulu
The main lanterns carry prayers for all life, for all time. Included on those lanterns are prayers to remember all victims of conflicts and natural and man-made disasters around the world.
Kapina kavelona kala kahikoia kaike mano mano kaike koli umai o kikilo mai o kauno ia o kapula ma pa amakai puo kaike no Hawaii. Wow.
To officiate tonight's ceremony, Her Holiness Shinso Ito, head priest of Shinnyo-en.
Aloha メモリアルデーの本日、ここハワイの海で皆様と灯籠流しを執行できますこと、感謝とともに嬉しく思います。
I am filled with great joy to see so many of you here at Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi in a shared spirit of remembrance and gratitude on this Memorial Day.
コールドウェル、ホノルル市長様、イゲ、ハワイ州知事ご名代、片原様、ハリス、アメリカ太平洋軍司令官ご名代、ペカ少将様をはじめ、ご来賓方に厚く御礼申し上げます。
Let me take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to the people who each year make this day possible, beginning with Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell, Director Alvin Katahara representing Hawaii Governor David Ige, Rear Admiral Brian S. Pekka representing Admiral Harry B. Harris, Commander of the United States Pacific Command, and our other honored guests.
スタッフやボランティア、さらにはご参集のすべての方々、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
I wish to also give my deepest thanks to the staff and volunteers and to the wonderful people of Hawaii.
灯籠流しは過去と現在の心と魂が出会い、希望の未来を誓う特別なセレモニーです。命をつなぎ、今の自分を生み出してくれた先祖、祖霊、苦しく悲しい時に励まし勇気づけてくれた家族や友人。
In a moment, we will be floating lanterns dedicated to our loved ones. We share in this opportunity to bring as one our hearts in the present with those in the past. Together, we are then inspired towards a future of hope.
そうした周りの大切な方々に思いを馳せ、これから皆様とご一緒に絶えなる調べに乗せて灯籠を海に流します。過去の命に祈りを捧げたなら、身近にあって自分を支えてくれる人々に感謝の思いを向けましょう。
The lantern symbolized the presence of friends and families that touched and shaped our lives, helping to make us who we are today. As we remember those who have passed, let us also extend our memories to the people who support us in our everyday lives.
さらに、私たちの好みは水や空気、豊かな自然の命に恵みに生かされています。その一つ一つに奉謝を捧げてみませんか。ハワイの霊に象徴される心、それは数々の花が互いに寄り添い、優しく美しい輪を作る融和の精神とも言えましょう。
We can even extend our gratitude to embrace all that sustains us, from the food we eat to the air we breathe, to every blessing that fits together, linked in harmony. You have the perfect symbol for this idea, the Hawaiian lei.
信如園の教えを開いた父、伊藤信条とその妻で私の母であります霊祖正治神院友次が大切にしたこの融和の精神を広く社会世界に渡す願いに 当園の新如園の灯籠流しは始められました。
It was with this spirit of harmony that the founders of Shinnyo-en and my parents, Shinjo and Tomoji Ito, began their tradition of floating lanterns.
特に本年は友次が他界して50年、生前いかなる困難や悲しみにも負けず、常に他のために祈り、相手に寄り添い行動に移し、心の安穏、平和へと導きました。その姿と心を思いながら、開祖、霊祖のその願いを実現するため、くじけずに前進、努力する誓いを灯籠に託します。
Like you, I am thinking about my loved ones today. In this 50th year since the passing of my mother and teacher, Tomoji, I find myself inspired by her steadfast dedication in offering peace and comfort through prayer and action. Her unique courage to embrace life's challenges and adversities has fortified my own life. To everything she stood for, I dedicate my lantern in a pledge to only go forward.
開祖、神女と霊祖小樹神院は、当園の聖地、寺院の建立に誠を込めました。そこには小さな庭があり、雨が降ると緑が美しく、草花も輝きます。また、石のくぼみには水がたまり、鳥は渇きを癒します。
At home in Tokyo, I also find inspiration in a small garden at our head temple that Shinjo and Tomoji established with so much care. Every part of it is an integral element of the beautiful whole. One stone, shaped like a bowl, when filled with rainwater, quenches the thirst of small birds.
他にも花や果実、樹木、土、それぞれにかけがえのない大切な役目があります。それは私たちも同じです。誰もが仏性を持っているのですから、他のために祈り行動することで、善なる個性の仏性は輝き、誰かの役に立つ大切な存在になれるのです。
Each flower, each tree fulfills its own special role. Like the garden, I believe that each and every person here is equally irreplaceable. Each of us has an inherent goodness that, when brought out, can make a crucial difference in the lives of others.
身近な課題や世界の困難から目をそらすことなく、あらゆる枠を超え、利他の行動に踏み出す勇気が大切です。大海に浮かぶ灯籠の光のごとく、あまねくを照らし、喜びを広げる融和の心と歩みを、行動を続けてまいりましょう。負けない心で。
While we can't dismiss the pain and suffering that we see around us, we can cultivate a compassionate understanding and response. We can challenge ourselves to truly reach out through dialogue and action. And with the mind free and uninhibited, like the light of the lanterns over this great ocean, we can embrace generosity and inclusivity without bounds. Let nothing hold you back.
マハロヌイロア。Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
The light of harmony embodies our hope and dedication toward building the mutual understanding and friendships that will create harmony and peace in the world. To light the light of harmony, we welcome these community leaders.
Every lantern is a message of love. Every lantern tells a story of precious moments and relationships. I know, as a hospital chaplain, it's so hard to lose a loved one. Yet, at the lantern floating ceremony, we are all together. We are not alone on this journey of grief.
From a military perspective, it's certainly a time to honor soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Coast Guardsmen, Department of Defense civilians that have given their lives for the freedoms that we celebrate today, and reflect again of what they did, what they've given, and the camaraderie that we've shared amongst ourselves during the really harsh times, but that we can carry forward into the future and reinforce those same bonds with those who we serve with left and right of today.
We are in a world that I think has a lot more hate in it. You hear the type of words that are being used at all levels of government and throughout the world. This event reminds us that we're better than that we can come together as a people and show respect for each other, because that's what our ancestors did, the people we're honoring at this event.
I really do think back to my father, who taught us about a commitment to a better Hawaii where we celebrate diversity and encourage everyone to really dream big and strive to attain your dreams.
I like to use one panel for my parents, and they taught me to take good care of everything there is, and that we are dependent on the earth and on each other.
Well, during this year's ceremony, I will remember those Gold Star families or families that have sacrificed with the loss of a relative. More personally, my mother passed this past February, so it's an opportunity for me also to remember her and celebrate her life.
Mark Takai was a true friend of mine. He was such a dedicated public servant. He truly taught me about how to really honor each and every individual regardless of their background. I think Mark was a great example of someone truly committed to the broader good of the community.
Representing Governor Ige is Mr. Alvin Katahara, Director of External Affairs for the state of Hawaii. With the hope that we can all serve as beacons of compassion, harmony, and peace, please light the light of harmony.
Na ke akuai kana hele hele ia ia ke ki o e ka ua koko e na kino malu irala ni malu e ho ulu mai ana o ke akuai kona mauka o ma kouno ai.
Halo Hula Kalehua Tuahine, under the direction of Kumuhula Kailihiva Von Darvel, is honored to perform at Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi. Kumuvan Darvol is comforted by the thought that the spirit of her late father, Hawaiian musician Palani Van, as well as the spirits of all her ancestors will be greeted, remembered, and consoled.
The music you're hearing is the Shinnyo-en Shomyo Ensemble. Shomyo is an ancient ritual tradition of reciting prayer texts.
Her Holiness will now bless the ceremonial grounds for all who are here across Hawaii, across the world, and for all who are being remembered on the lanterns.
The offering of water and rice, symbols of sustenance, is an offering of gratitude to those who have laid the foundation for our lives.
Strewn flower petals adorn a physical and spiritual path for the lanterns, giving due respect to those who have come before us. Her Holiness Shinso Ito will now place wreaths onto the main lanterns to show respect and gratitude to all those being remembered tonight.
You may now float your lanterns. In the spirit of togetherness and mutual respect, please extend your aloha to others behind and around you so that they too may float their lanterns.
塾の十のご礼十百三万だ朝七千だマカロシャダヤソアダヤ
Tonight, the messages written on these lanterns are more than just ink on paper. Those few words on the lanterns and in your hearts: we love you, we miss you, we hope that you're safe, comfortable, and happy. Reach out to comfort all who have passed. And for all who are floating your lanterns with the hope of nurturing peace and harmony in the world, let the lanterns shine a light of unity and understanding that reaches across all boundaries and borders.
Whether you're here with us or watching from the other side of the ocean, we hope that the light of the lanterns has brought you peace and joy. As you look toward the horizon with the lanterns floating like so many golden tears, know that you are not alone. Your family, your friends, all those who have gone before you are with you. They live on in your heart and through your actions.
Sing it with us.
Mahalo for joining us for Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi 2017. Shinnyo-en and Nale Aloha Foundation thank you for your continued support and offer deep gratitude to our volunteers without whom this community event would not be possible. A special mahalo to those volunteers who will be retrieving each lantern from the ocean. All lanterns will be respectfully cared for and refreshed for next year's ceremony.
No matter the color of our skin, the history of our cultures, the principles of our faith, we are all interconnected as humans. We invite all who are within earshot to reach out to connect with those you love now and in the future. Offer a smile or a greeting to a stranger. Comfort a friend in need. Keep the light of the lanterns in your hearts as you go on with your lives. On behalf of Shinnyo-en and Nale Aloha Foundation, aloha, ahui ho.